Welcome back to TNMC Television Studios here in the old workshop. With the new studio build on hold, I thought it'd be best we get back to work on some of the projects we got going on here in the workshop, starting with the Gremlin build. If you remember right, we were working on this probably what's been about a year ago, and it's time we get back to work on it, get it finished up. And I've actually been documenting the work we're doing on it throughout the week via the YouTube shorts. So I guess I've bowed to the YouTube gods, and I'm doing shorts. And I thought the best way to do them is to do a daily update on the work that we do, just a 1-minute update. You get to see where we're at for that day as far as the work on the Gremlin. And then on Saturdays, I'll do a full update or a full-length video giving a full update. Now, I also want to say I've had a request, in fact, a request from a new channel member, not just a channel member, but the new shop boss, Benjamin. First of all, Benjamin, big thank you. Big thank you for the support. But his request was, hey, I'm not familiar with the Gremlin build. Could you go over the drivetrain and all that? So I think we'll do that in this update also. We'll give not only an update on what we've done this week as far as work on it, but where we've come from, how we've got to this point. So anyways, let's go ahead and head back to the bench and we'll take a look at it. Let's start with the chassis and the running gear. So what we have here is an SCX-10-2 chassis that we've put 2.2s on. In fact, these are 1.9 tires wrapped around 2.2s, and that's what gives us this low profile tire. We've also built a scale motor for it. You can go back previously on the channel and see the build of this scale motor. This is wrapped around right now just an RC 4-wheel drive brushed motor. That's probably going to get updated. I should mention this is a build for Bull Gear RC. So Lee over at Bull Gear RC actually asked us to do this build for him. I think he's going to want to upgrade that motor, but either way, it's wrapping a standard size 540 can. Then we got the RC 4-wheel drive transmission, the scale transmission going to a transfer case, and then the front servo. I believe we're going to probably upgrade the shocks when it comes time also. But so far, this is basically what we've got for the chassis. Most of the work going into the scale motor, and then the rest of most of the work we've done has gone into this body. So this is a vintage RC car body. I believe it's by New Bright, I believe is the company that made this. I'd have to go back and look. There has been extensive amounts of modifications made to this. One starting with where the wheel well cutouts are. So this wheel well here has been shifted way back, and so this is to make it fit the SCX-10 drivetrain. So the wheelbase of the SCX-10-2 chassis. Instead of changing the geometry of the chassis, we actually changed the geometry of the body. Probably the more difficult way to go, but the more fun way to do it. So that's the first thing we did, was move those wheel wells back. These just got expanded a little bit, and we put flares. So these are 3D printed flares that we've molded in. Then the next thing, if I remember right, we did was actually cut the hood. So not only did we cut the hood and hinge it, of course, but we added this big scoop, and this is actually needed to fit over top of the motor. So the motor actually kind of sits right inside here, and we'll look at that in just a bit. So next we cut and hinged the hood, which is held down. So we did a radiator support here. There's magnets underneath. There's magnets up underneath here. That holds it closed. You can see you can actually pick the body up by those magnets. So that keeps it closed. And then also basically did the same thing for the doors. So we cut the doors, hinged them. Let me turn this so you can see the hinges. You can see the hinges up in there. And then we built out some structure here, one to hold the door, but also that's where a magnet sits back there for the door. So that holds our door shut. So that when we're going down the trail, this door doesn't come flying open. Unless you want to get it open, you can pop it open. And then we've also cut out the back hatch, which we have not hinged yet. But we've got the back hatch cut out along with the back glass. The glass goes up. The hatch goes down. So we're going to make all that happen. Now, that's kind of I think that's pretty much got everybody caught up to where we're at the beginning of this week. What we worked on this week was also hinging this door over here. I've actually got it taped shut because we don't have the inner structure yet for the magnet and whatnot, but we actually got it hinged now. So the hinges are in. We've pretty well got the bodywork done where it fits up nice and snug. Now you can see how it hangs down when you open it. it kind of sags. Let me get it open for you, and see how it'll sag down. That's what, if I can get in there, these door jambs are going to help with. I don't know if you can see it back there, but the door jambs will actually hold this door up like this when it opens. And then, of course, when it closes, the magnets on the back jamb will hold it in place when it's shut. So it'll look just like this, nice and clean, you know, for a nice clean finish. We've also been doing some of the body work. We're smoothing out this bottom rocker panel. We're actually kind of building it up and making a smooth rocker panel just like on the other side. Of course, this side we also have already moved the wheel wells and all that. And then the last thing we've been doing is I wanted to be able to get this body back on the chassis to show you guys. So what I did, because we cut this out, we lost our support. We lost our place to mount to these back frame rails on the chassis. So I built back a little tray back in here. Of course, this will get all fitted in with body panels in the future. But for now, I've just built in this one so that we should be able to get the body mounted up for you guys. Let me see if I can place it on here. There we go. So you can kind of get a look at what we're working with here. Let me turn it, give you a little bit of a look. So this is kind of what we're going to be looking with. Obviously, it's you know, it's a 4x4 Gremlin. That in itself is kind of cool, but it's also like I said, a toy grade body that we're turning into a very detailed, not toy grade body. With everything's going to be working. You can see we're putting in side markers. I've got a custom grill that we've built for it. We're going to be putting custom bumpers on it, all of that kind of thing. We made it fit our wheelbase, you can see, and then we're going to build a full interior for it. But for now, this is kind of where we're at. We got doors that open. We got a hood that opens. Let's take a look under the hood. You can see the motor underneath the hood. So I think it's going to look pretty good once we get wheel wells in there, a firewall, all those kind of things. That's going to look pretty good. It's going to be, I think, something pretty special once it's finished. Of course, let me know what you think down in the description. Let me know if you're watching the YouTube Shorts. Do you watch Shorts? YouTube's really making it seem like that's something we have to do. So I'm trying to do the Shorts in a way that you guys will enjoy. So let me know if that's something you're enjoying down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the Gremlin so far. We're going to be also getting back to work on the studio build very soon, basically just putting a little bit of last funding together to make that happen. Then, of course, all this you see here, the whole workshop, is actually going to move out into that studio. We're going to have a much better space, a much bigger space, and we're going to have a much better place to record all these builds and the different programs that we're going to end up doing out there. But let me know what you guys think so far on the Gremlin build. Let me know if you're enjoying the Shorts. Hit that like button down below. It really does help. Share this video. That helps a lot too. If you also want to become a channel member, just look down below. There's a button you can push to help support the channel, or head over to the Patreon. I do want to mention that for all the daily Shorts, I'm also providing the channel members and my Patreon members with a bunch more photos and documentation of that day's build, so they get a little bit extra. If that's something you're interested in, check those out. But thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on Monday for the short, and I'll see you next Saturday for a full update. Bye-bye.